I'm part of the family.
Hi guys, welcome to Nine's Corner, and as this video says, I'm answering your questions. This is all about you. Everything about this video is about you. So first off, I'm trying to record in two different ways so that you could see the cards. When I do the reading, I'm going to do a split screen. So hopefully that'll offset people who want to see the cards, because sometimes I get excited and I move them too quick, or I don't put them in the right direction and I start, get animated with my little boxes and stuff. So I will do that in the future. So I get a lot of inquiries as to what cards do I use. So I will show you. This is the Gilded Tarot. This is the one that I use a fair amount of the time. I like my sparkly ones, but they tend to have difficulty showing up. So this is the Gilded Tarot by Cairo Marchetti. I'm not sure if I'm butchering that name, but this is the deck, so for anybody who's wondering. So first off, we're going to get into the questions that you asked. We're going to be going from subject to subject, so it's not going to be our usual type of reading that has some kind of flow, I guess. I will be doing a 3-card read for each question, and I'm not looking at it as a past, present, future type of thing. I'm looking at it as the situation, what is likely to occur, and what the outcome will be. So then that way we can kind of get the gist of what's happening with each one. So the first question was, I got it through email. So if you're looking to contact me, it's all in the description box. A person had asked about the significance of the number 13 and the lady, because he said all readers see it. So from my perspective, and my perspective only, the number 13 I think is very interesting because we're in the year 2020. 2020 is a 4. 13 added together, it's a 4. But when you have a 13, it's the breakdown of a 4. So this year 4 is usually your stability. It's your foundation. So I think the significance of 13 is probably the fact that we are breaking down and expanding, because if you take a 4 and you break it down to a 3 and a 1, well, the 1 is about us as individuals and the 3 is about expansion. So I think that has to do with our expansion as human beings on a global scale. And then everybody talks about the lady. And look, I could definitely be wrong on this one, but I think the lady is in reference to the age of Aquarius coming, because I feel like there's a lot of female energy that's coming in. The female energy is going to be taking over the masculine energy that we've had for so long. And so I think that females in general and that feminine energy is what's actually going to take down Donald Trump. So let's have a quick look and ask. Uh-oh, my cards are a little bit skewed somehow. How did I do that? Okay. Let's have a quick question and ask. Is the lady a specific lady, or is it just the coming of Aquarius? Who's the lady? Is she somebody specific? Look at that. Hold on. I hope you can see that. Okay, so I'm going to use a feather. Why not? Why not? But in actuality, I'm using it because I'm putting you guys first, because I know people don't want to hear this, me going like this. So I thought if I do this, I'm not hurting anybody's ears. So I told you this whole video is all about you. So when we're looking at the lady, this is the hanging man, and it's upside down. So we're looking at people. We were kind of going forward in this one direction, and then all of a sudden, literally, I don't know about you, but it feels like we woke up one day and our whole world was turned upside down. So I think this is representing the turning of our world upside down. And here's the death. This is the transformation. The hangman says, look at things from a different perspective. It has to change. The 5 of Pentacles is showing that there's just been too many people that have been left out. We are not equal. There's those who have and those who don't have. So I think the lady truly is the coming of the change, the death to the old ways of thinking, the death of and transformation of people not being equal. It's time that we have this spiritual change. And I truly believe that the lady is the coming feminine quality that's going to be coming into our lives through the time of Aquarius. So, all right. The second question I have is, will Donald Trump's taxes come out? Now, we've looked at this before, and I said I really think that New York, I said that I think that the Supreme Court will allow at least New York to have some part of his taxes. So let's see. The question's coming out, or the question's supposed to be answered by the Supreme Court tomorrow. Will somebody get to see his taxes that can do something about it? Will New York, will the Democrats, will they vote to let somebody see his taxes tomorrow? Okay, I'm going to flip those over so you can see them more properly, guys. All right, so here we have moving away from rough waters into new waters, but you're still bringing all the bad thoughts, the feelings. I think that they have been moving away from Donald Trump. They've been making some decisions that are different. This is quick movement, and this is almost like be patient, success is on its way. So I'm thinking that we're going to get partial success. There's going to be a partial success. It won't be a full one. We might have to go back. The Seven of Pentacles is having to look at what you have. So I think that maybe they won't go full hog and say, yes, here's these taxes. They might say, hey, we will put in certain parameters, this is how you can get it. So I think that although the ruling won't be 100% either way, I think it'll open up the door for people to get to these taxes. So the third question, and this is a hard one, guys, but I got an email and they wanted to know whether or not any of the hangings that have been ruled suicides, will any of them be investigated? Because the families don't believe that the hangings were suicides. Oh, my bless it. My apologies. So, the question again, hangings are being ruled a suicide. Will any of them be investigated? Ooh. Wow, okay. We've got the Hanging Man. The Hanging Man, the Tower, and the Lovers. Okay, so this is people seeing it in a different way. There's a cover-up here. There's people that know that it is one way, but they're presenting it as another. This is not going to stop. This is going to not necessarily be investigated, because I'm not seeing justice here, but I'm seeing that this is going to continue and people are going to push against it. They're not going to let this be swept under the rug. So this is going to cause some kind of destruction. This is probably going to cause people to get back out on the streets because they're not seeing the justice that they need to. And here are the Lovers. The Lovers oftentimes, reference relationships, but it also, in a bigger picture, references sacrifice through the coming together. But this is reversed, and this is almost like it's saying, I'm no longer willing to sacrifice. I'm no longer willing to accept this status quo. So I feel like, although I don't see any justice here right now, I do feel that people, this is what the fact that people are not looking at this, they're turning their backs on it, that it's going to cause destruction. People are going to push up against this. There's going to be a story that's going to come out eventually. But there's a sacrifice here. I feel you know what? I'm just going to do a clarifier. Because in my previous reading, I really feel there's a strong representation of people within power, people of the police, and within, the city functioning government, and probably not while they're at their day jobs, but yet when they're in clothes, their regular clothes, they probably aren't the people that they pretend to be. So I'm feeling like there's a sacrifice here because they want to cover up the destruction. They don't want this to end. They don't want this to come out. So much pain, so much loss, so much hurt. But there is hope. There is somebody coming that's going to, because look, it's not going to, oh, sorry, I just banged. The very thing I said I wouldn't do, I did. Okay. Because there's the tower, this is the time of 2020. The old structures are no longer going to be allowed to remain. So I think this is going to show that it's not going to happen quickly. It's not going to happen easily. But it is going to be a continued story, unfortunately. Okay, so the next question is Hillary Clinton. Did she know or does she know of Bill Clinton's involvement? Now, I know, there's a lot of people. I kind of had two sets of comments. It was either, other people said that Bill Clinton didn't do anything, so therefore he didn't do anything. Or it was, oh, you're covering up for Bill Clinton. The fact is, my cards did not bring up a devil or anything that I thought was torturous, but it definitely showed there was a sacrifice there. I don't think anybody could be good friends with Jeffrey Epstein and not have some instinct or some inkling as to what was going on with him. And that's the same as, anybody who knew Cosby, anybody who knew Weinstein. All these people know. It's like the loudest secret ever kept. So, let's look and see. Did Hillary know about Bill Clinton's involvement? Okay, I'm going to flip these over. It's driving me insane. I don't know what's going on with my cards. They're not... I think I messed them up a little bit. She knows. She didn't know about it. She knows about it now. And there's still more things that he hasn't told her about. Her heart's broken. Her heart's broken. But the Nine of Pentacles, she is going to hold on to him. She's going to hold on to their relationship. She's going to support him as she always has. And there is a plan. There's a dark plan that's involving money. She's involved. Whatever Bill Clinton's involvement is, and I mean, you have to realize that even if he's not involved in as much as part of the actual ring, he knew of it, and he wants to shut down anything that could cause him, his presidency, Hillary, any kind of true, what's the word? Like, it's one thing for people to think it, it's another thing for it to be a known thing. So he does not want this to come out. She did not know about it previous, and there's still things that she doesn't know. That's scary. That's sad. But I think that's a personal thing within their relationship. She is going to support him, and they are making plans, and it has involvement with money. Oy, okay. My fifth question is unrelated to anything to do with politics. This question is, where is Scientology's leader, David Miscavige? Might be saying that word, his name incorrectly, but let's just call him David. Where is his wife? She's been missing for years. So I really don't know a whole lot. I know about Scientology. I know about Leah Remy. I know she was like a big actress that left it. That's about the extent of it. Oh my. Okay. I should have looked up her name. I apologize. So, David's wife, Miss Miscavige, she was giving an offer that she did not want to take. This was a bad offer. This was done with dark clouds. This was an offer that went against her spirit. This is her husband. He has complete and utter control over her, and she does this willingly. Whatever, he has a passionate, emotional control that he controls her with, and wherever she's doing and whatever she's doing it with him in mind, thinking that she's doing it for the betterment of him. So she's gone somewhere that she's not happy with, but her husband put her there. Look at him looking at her. He put her into some kind of captivity, and she does it because she thinks they're spiritually bound together in some fashion. Okay, moving on. Number 6. What will the economy look like in the next 6 months? What will the economy look like in the next 6 months? What will the economy look like in the next 6 months? Okay. We have temperance. So I think the government will keep doing what they're doing and keep trying to temper out what's happening. They're going to kind of try to keep a balance between the pandemic, the politics, the money, all of it. They're trying their best to balance it. This is on a world stage. I'm looking at the economy, because we're all being affected by the pandemic, and everybody's economy is struggling. So this is temperance. This is trying to balance things out. And literally, there's people around the world leaders, praying to whatever God they believe in, because this has got a spiritual kind of like, I can't do this anymore. I need your help to help me. So now we have the 6 of Wands. This is more or less saying, be patient, wait for success. So from here to here, we're looking at the next 6 months, there's going to be a downturn in the economy. We're probably going into a recession, if not close to a depression. But there's enough people pushing that they'll try to stay out of that. There's going to be success, but it's going to be after this time. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is slow movement of people getting into it. So I think once we get through the election, we get the Dems in, and for America, you'll see an upswing in your economy. It's not going to last for years and years, although for some societies it is going to last for a long time. But for the Western side, for Canada, the US, because Canada more or less goes along the same trajectory as America when it comes to the economy. If they're doing well, we're doing well. If they're doing bad, we tend to do bad. Not always, but I'm going to get everybody, no, we don't. Okay, but I think in general, you're going to see that people are everybody's under the same pressures. So we're all trying to do our best. It's going to take a while before we see any big movement towards money coming in. And when it does come in, it's going to be slow, but it will be stable and grow. As we finish our video up, I am going to do one last thing that is for you, as this video is all about you. I'm going to introduce you to my new tarot set. It's called Tarot of the 78 Doors. I was gifted it for Mother's Day. Well, actually, I was gifted the Amazon Money Witch bought it for Mother's Day. So I've had it for a while now. I've got my little box that I put my tarot cards in, and I lay them under my bed or next to me in my bed so I can connect with them. I've consecrated them. I've had them out in the moonlight. I've smudged them. I've done everything. So I thought, let's ask the universe to give one final message for you. And you choose which card you'd like, and that's the message that the universe wants you to hear. Oh, there was one more thing I was going to mention. Did you see that Mary's book has already, people from CNN have already gotten copies of it or got excerpts from it? And it was pretty much what we said, that it was going to be all about his childhood and how messed up the family is. And I thought, poor Donald Trump. When somebody reads him that book, he's going to be awful upset. Oh my gosh. I was kind of hoping there'd be some kind of big, wow. But I feel like everything that's going to come out is things that we already know. So anyway, let me just clear these. Let's ask the universe for advice. So I'm going to put out 3 cards. I almost flipped those. So would you like 1, 2, or 3? So 1. 1 is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands, in a more spiritual sense, is saying, you know what? The fruit of the tree is gone. So time for you to move on. The King of the Wands, like, he's the passionate doer, and you've done everything that you've needed to get done, and it's time to start a new adventure. For anybody who chose number 2, we have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is saying, you know what? You're waiting for your ships to come in. Find another way around doing it. Don't wait. Be happy with what you have. Anything that doesn't serve you, get rid of it. And this is a time to expand your desires and what you want. And for number 3, we have the Five of Chalices, which is the Five of Cups. So for you, there is going to be pain, anguish, something from your past that you're not able to let go. The universe is saying in order for you to move on, you have to change the way you feel, think about something from your past. Maybe it's old ways of thinking. You know, this is saying that in order for you to save yourself, you need to change. This is saying this is a time for getting over that regret, getting over that pain, and doing better. When you know better, you do better. So that is our reading. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I thank each and every one of you for spending the time with me. I really do. I so appreciate it, and I just love it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, our candle lit for each and every one of us. Night, guys.